Good morning. Today on our podcast, we're going to have Sadie on the podcast with us, and she's going to talk about stepping out of her comfort zone and how she's created this new business. This is Sadie from Financial Dream Builders. Good morning, Sadie. How are you?
Good morning, Gloria. How are you?
I'm pretty good. We're here having our coffee and our little panecito. And so we're going to start off our interview today by just asking Sadie to tell us a little bit about herself.
Well, Gloria, I am a single mom. I have 2 boys. I love to meditate. I love to buy books. I have a collection of rocks. I love Kundalini yoga. And that's pretty much it.
All right. And I know that you're a pretty good karaoke singer, right? You really enjoy doing karaoke?
I love doing the 80s karaoke. That's my thing.
All right. I love it. I love it. So today we're going to go ahead and have Sadie just tell us a little bit about how she decided to step out of her comfort zone. And I'm going to ask her about this new business endeavor that she is starting. I must say that Sadie is a wonderful woman. She's hardworking. She's a great mom. She's a great example to single moms everywhere, how she's persevered and she's stepped forward into her power and is creating something that's going to be of great service to our community, to women of all types, single moms, working moms, moms that are married but are in charge of finances. So I'm going to have Sadie now explain to us a little bit. Sadie, can you tell us a little bit about how you decided and where the idea came from to create your business?
Well, it has taken a long time, but it was okay with that. And the reason why is because I needed to go through a lot of hardship. I needed to learn for myself what I needed. I needed to shift all those emotions, all of the hardship, all of the decisions. I needed to get the education, and I needed to see how was a way that I can go ahead and find for myself something easy, something that I was able to get myself out of the loophole that I was in. I used to be in debt. I used to not know how to spend my money. I didn't know how to do finances. Being a single woman, being a single mother of 2, and a wife, I had to learn all of that. And I didn't have any of those tools. I had to gather all those tools within time. So that's how it came about within all of the stages of me being all of those women, as we all are. You don't need to be a mom. You don't need to be a wife. You can be single, but we still have the same struggle, which is finances. And what happens is that since there's a lot of information out there, but the thing is that it's very boring. It's not understandable. Mm-hmm. It's something that gets you lost. And it's something that you don't want to continue to learn because it's too difficult, even on the wording or understanding. So right. I needed to go through that to create something for women and empower women so they can find their voice, so they can find themselves. Because as a mom, as a single woman, as a wife, I lost myself. And most of the women, we lose ourselves because we're the caregivers. Even if you are not a mom, even if you're not a wife, we give so much. Mm-hmm. And because we give so much and we give, we forget about us. Maybe you're not, a wife, but maybe you're a caregiver of your parents, of your in-laws, and so on. And you're going to get lost and you're going to forget about yourself. And that's where I was at. Okay. So I needed to find myself within that. And that's what the finances did for me.
I love that. I love that a lot because, we as women take on so many roles. And I like the fact that you are seeing that. You've kind of stepped out of your movie, so to speak, and really have seen what the issues are and how we can, as women, in every aspect, in every different form, go ahead and start taking care of ourselves. But one of the big things is finances, right? I mean, you see a lot of women come in and they're probably feeling very vulnerable when they're coming in and sitting in front of you, right? Discussing their finances.
Yes, I would see their body language and I would relate because for me, I'll just speak for myself. I felt very sad. I felt very depressed. I felt very ashamed. I felt very unintelligent because I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on with me? I thought there was something wrong with me because I couldn't know how to do finances.
Okay.
And it's something that's difficult, but it doesn't have to be.
Right, right. I know for myself that there have been times in my life where, I'm looking at finances from my perspective going, I don't know how to do this. Where do I, to handle this, and how do I pay for this? Or just trying to figure that out, even just like saving money, putting money aside and understanding all that. And it gets very complex. And I know a lot of people that will just say, oh, I can't figure it out. I'll do it later. And then later comes and you're still sitting there going, oh my goodness, I still can't figure it out. I'll do it later. And we just keep putting it off and putting it off. But having someone like you that'll step in and say, no, let me help you with that. Let me guide you. I love that about you. I love the fact that you're going to step out to help the community, not kind of turn their head or feel ashamed or embarrassed or fearful. I like that a lot. I really appreciate you for doing that for our community.
Thank you, Gloria. I wanted to create something that I needed. And in our community as women, we don't have that. We don't have the support. We don't have the knowledge. Or if we do have the knowledge, it's been created. Not shaming in any way any man. They're doing a great job. And it was just different. I wanted to create something that it was more simple. It was more easy, more understandable, that they can just look at it and say, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. Is it this easy? Yeah. Like, what was I thinking?
Right.
But that's what I wanted to create for me. And that's what I'm doing for the women in that community and for anyone that comes around whatever it is that I'm teaching, which is finances. Because we give this terminology and all these, worksheets that are so complicated and numbers and, you get so confused with them. I don't want confusion.
Right.
I want women to win. I want to empower them. I want them to say, hey, you know what? This is super easy. I can do it. I want to go to school. I want to start my own business. I want to go ahead and get out of whatever situation I'm in. I'm able to do all of this and more, and for them to find themselves again. So that's mainly what I want to convey in what I'm creating, because I don't want them to get lost. I want them to empower themselves, their families, their future, and for them to create their future. That's the reason why in my business, it's Financial Dream Builders. Why builders? Because we're going to create your dream together. You're not going to be alone. You're not going to be confused. You're not going to be puzzled. You're not going to be ashamed, because this is a shame-free zone, because I don't want that, because I know that I needed that and there was nobody to give me that.
Right.
So this is what I want to give the community of all women.
I love that. I really do. I have to speak from experience with Sadie taking one of her workshops, and she had a full house of people, men and women, young and old, in her workshop. And she gave us such valuable advice, and she really walked us through everything from how to save money, in regards to taxes, what we can and cannot write off, how many we should claim. But she did gave us a couple of great tricks that, like she said at the end, I'm like, really? Was that easy? Oh my goodness. I was stressing for nothing. And she's great. So Sadie, tell us a little bit more about the process in you when you really kind of decided, you know what, I need to really kind of step up now or step out of my comfort zone. How did you kind of deal with that? Because that's a lot of us collectively that we feel that we deal with almost on a daily basis, stepping out of that comfort zone. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a lot of fear that's going to come up and rise. And a lot of it, it's going to be, everybody has that little self-talk. And then you want to do something and then you procrastinate and you close it and you don't do it and you do it and you're afraid and you're not afraid. And like all these emotions that I had to go through on my own, which that's what I needed. That's what I needed to create all that. So I had to step out of my comfort zone to get myself out of what I had created.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So I had to be real with myself. I had to be honest with myself. And I asked myself a question of, what do you want?
Right.
What's going to make you happy? How are you going to know you're going to be happy? How is it that you can change your life? How can you change the way you see things? How can you word things in a different way that will help you grow in regards to the woman that I needed to become? And that was like difficult at the beginning because there was no blueprints or showing you the ways, and the ways that I had, they were like man-made, complicated, not easily understandable because it had so much terminology that we don't understand.
Right.
So I needed to translate all of the federal tax law, deductions, ways of saving, into simplifying in simple words.
Okay, I like that a lot. Yeah. I mean, I'm not dumbing down anyone. It's just in this day and age when our minds are overworked, overstressed, and we have to look at things from a different perspective. For me, and I'm speaking for myself, when it's easy and it's applicable, it just works smoothly for me. I like that because we have a lot of things on our plates, on our platters, that if someone can say, look, here's a process and it's easy, let me guide you, I'm all for it. And I know a lot of people that would be all for it as well, because like I said, our minds are overworked, they're overstressed, they're overwhelmed. But if somebody approaches me with something that's applicable to something that I need and it's easy, I'm right there. So Sadie, tell me a little bit now about when you decided, like, Financial Dream Builders. I love that name. Tell me a little bit more about that. I mean, did it just come to you in a dream, or how did that come about? Because that's a great name for your business.
Thank you, Gloria. I'm also an income tax preparer. I've been doing that for 14 years.
Okay.
So seeing the pattern of all the women coming in, being puzzled, being sad, feeling ashamed, and myself as well. And I kept on seeing that. So I just needed to find something to help myself, to be able to understand myself, to help them as well. And I just started meditating. So what is it that I need to do? How can I help? How can I be of service? Because I was giving them service for free. It's just that they didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
So I started meditating. As I told you in the beginning, I love meditating. That's what I do every single day. I thank God for another day of life. I meditate for at least an hour, and it came and I channeled it. So what would my business name? How are we going to do this? What would it mean? What is it going to do?
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and build your dreams, because everybody's dream is different. Maybe you want to go ahead and be out of debt, or learn finances, or spend more time with your kids, or travel, whatever your dream is, regardless of how big or small it is. That's the reason why I said, we're going to learn finances, which it's something that's not going to be complicated anymore. We're going to build dreams together. So that's how it came about, Financial Dream Builders.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you channeled that during a meditation, because I too love meditation. I do it every day along with my journaling. And for me, that's a spiritual connection. And, I'm a big believer that also with finances or anything else, it's all energetic as well. So I love that you're connecting all of that, because you're teaching me and you've taught me that we don't need to fear money.
No, not at all.
Right?
We need to befriend money. It's just that what happens is that depending on the beliefs and what we learn from children, then that's how we have a relationship with money. There's no putting shame at all, and no parents, how you were brought up, or your beliefs. The only difference is that we didn't have the tools. I didn't have the tools. Like I grew up with thinking, oh, you know what? If you're rich, you're a horrible person. If you can take a vacation, oh, where'd you get it? They must be doing something wrong. Those were the beliefs that my parents had. And they did the best thing they could with what they knew. But then me dealing with finances, I dealt with all kinds of people. And I was like, hey, what's wrong with having a vacation? What's wrong with going to school? What's wrong with any of that? There was nothing wrong with that. Right. It's just the beliefs that we have, and we need to go ahead and have a different relationship with money so it continues to flow. Flow, and money doesn't like to be like hoarded.
Right.
It also needs to be spent.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And since we have so much fear around it, we have so many different beliefs around it, it only comes to like having a different tool. If you have a different tool, you're going to have a different perspective. If you have a different perspective, then you can have a aha moment because you're thinking, I didn't know that. I didn't think that was possible. So now guess what? There's a new neural path in your brain that is being changed by you, by learning, by having the different tools, by seeing things in the different perspective. So now you're going to be able to achieve whatever it is that you want, but at an easier pace.
I love that. I love that. You know, I grew up also the same, you know, it was you work hard, you don't spend your money. And, you know, this is a saying that, you know, my mother used to say to us, el dinero es muy celoso.
Oh, yes.
To translate that, the money's very jealous. I quite never understood that, but that's stuck in my head, along with don't ever put your purse on the ground because you'll lose your money right away.
That is true. I had the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. So, you know, as starting to grow up and on my own, and I started realizing, well, why is money so jealous? But, you know, you get ingrained with your thought like that. And I used to say, you know, well, I don't think money's jealous. Money is here to help you, not harm you, to assist you. But it's all in the way, like you said, money's good. Money's here for you, not to hoard it, to spend it wisely. And so Sadie's taught me that as well, you know, but again, we are conditioned in certain cultures, you know, how to look at money, how to treat money. And so Sadie's helped me a lot to see that it's okay. El dinero no es celoso. The money is not jealous. There's an abundance of money out there. And so Sadie's been a big blessing to me in that regard. So Sadie, tell me a little bit more now of, you know, we've got 2022 coming to an end.
Yes.
Right? And you've seen a lot with your clients. Yeah. But we're now getting ready for 2023. What are you looking forward to now that you're starting this new business, this new venture? And again, I'm going to say to her and say to everyone, I'm so proud of all the work that she's been doing to get this off the ground. What are you looking for now for 2023?
Oh my God. I see so much growth. I see so much ease. I see so much knowledge, and I see so many women coming together and families coming together. The beauty of the end of 2022 is so many lessons that we're having to go through, learning and embracing. On 2023, I see so much. I'm starting my financial dream builders for all women. The beauty of that is that I've been an income tax preparer for 14 years. Now I'm teaching finances. Right. And the finances is just people knowing finances. I know both. Right. So that's the reason why, like, I see so much greatness within 2023, because what I'm going to be teaching women, I mean, they had no idea of that. It's just all of it together. So how you spend your money wisely, you can go ahead and still save. You can still have your deductions, and you're going to know what to spend, how to spend, and you're going to have a better relationship with money, which is what we want to change. We want to go ahead and change the culture. We want to go ahead and get your beliefs. We want to go ahead and get your voice back. We want to go ahead and embrace each other. We want to go ahead and lift each other up. We want to go ahead and bring this unity, bring this community that I've been dreaming about. So 2023 for me brings greatness.
Oh, I love that because I know that 2023 is going to bring a lot of great things to you, but collectively for the women in our community, for the strength to empower them in every which way possible. But the fact that we're empowering each other is number one. Number two, that we're empowering them to heal whatever needs to be healed from within and to empower them financially to see themselves in a different financial state, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, to go ahead and do that. And that's really, really big. I'm looking forward to that. Are you looking at doing any kind of workshops next year? I know that you're going to be doing a phone app as well that's coming up. So I'm looking forward to that. But do you have workshops coming up for 2023?
Yes, I'm teaming up with a great group of women that we're empowering each other. And I'm bringing up a course online. I'm bringing up webinars, workshops, one-on-ones. So there's going to be everything combined together.
I love that. I love that. Again, I want to let everyone know that Sadie has a lot of experience, like she said, 14 years in the financial industry. But what you all have to understand is Sadie is coming with a lot of love in her heart to do this work with women, but integrity. Integrity is a big, big key factor in when you're talking to someone that is going through some kind of financial hardship or question or is feeling internally lost, overwhelmed. That's what you want someone like Sadie behind you, in your corner, championing you, being right there, walking beside you, because there's no judgment here with Sadie. She's got integrity and honesty, and she's very transparent, but she's going to be there and is there to help you. That's what you're looking for when you're trying to find someone to help you financially, to assist you with that. Because, there's so many people out there, but I can tell you, Sadie's our champion. I just love Sadie because she is that kind of woman, and she's going to step out, and she's already stepped out of her comfort zone and is going to be there for 2023 in the future to just champion women all along. Sadie, I know that you're a single mom, and there's a lot of single moms out there listening to us. Kind of tell us a little bit about being that single mom when your boys were young and having to walk through that time in your life, because there's a lot of women walking through the same path right now, trying to figure out what am I going to do today? Right?
Yes, it was a tough stage in my life, but I wouldn't change it for the world. The reason why is because from those experiences, I was able to step into every single different versions of me, what I needed to know, what I needed to step into, what I needed to feel, what I needed to understand. On those stages, I was working for minimum wage, barely making ends meet. I moved out of mom's house. I went on my own. I started really learning finances because I couldn't make it. Using credit cards, different ways to go ahead and feed my children. So I needed to stop that. I needed to see what was going on. What is it that I didn't understand? What is it that I could change? What is it that I could help myself with? So that stage really, really helped me in regards to finances, learning about money, saying, hey, you know what? I'm getting paid more. Hey, you know what? I learned something new now that I didn't know in the way to be befriending money.
Ah, there
Not
you
being
go.
scared of money, befriending it, making my buddy walk along with me.
I love that. I love it. Yes. Again, money's not here to harm us.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's here to love us.
It's here to love us. It's here to support us. It's here for us to move on to the next step of our stages in life that we need to be in.
Right, right.
And that's what some of it. So when I started befriending money, things started changing. The reason why is because my beliefs started changing. The way I saw money, the way I spent money, the way I understood money, the way I was able to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I can still buy these things because that's a write-off.
I love it. I love that.
So in that stage, I learned so much about money, but it started getting better as the years went by because I wasn't afraid of spending it. I wasn't afraid of saving it. I wasn't afraid of using it wisely. Or sometimes, everybody has their own little thing here and then. They're like, oh, I did that again. Oh, okay, let's work on it. This is what I needed to do again so that I could learn where it got me. And that was a big stage in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I think I'm a big believer in life gives you challenges. And from those challenges, you learn lessons. From those lessons, you can gain wisdom. And from that wisdom, you teach. And that's helped me a lot in my life, in my journey, in, assisting women. But I know that's helped you a lot as well.
Yes, that's the school of life. That's what I see. Because I went to school. I have my licenses. I went with the IRS, the state, and all of those classes and school that I needed. But I learned more from life.
Yep.
That's the highest degree anybody can have. And I'm not putting anybody down that has their degrees, their doctor degrees, or any of that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way I learned finances, the way I learned federal, state, tax law, and all of those numbers, they didn't teach me any of what I know now as what I learned in life.
Right.
Because life just threw a lesson at me every single day. Here you go. Now you can learn more.
Right? That's what I call the school of life. Life is a school. And you take the class sometimes over and over again until you learn the lesson. And then finally you have that aha moment. Well, oops, I just learned that lesson. And that's when the God and the universe says, okay, now you're ready to go on to the next course. So that's the beauty about this. And I've seen it in my own life, but I've seen it in Sadie's life. And I'm telling you, it's a wonderful thing to be able to watch someone like Sadie grow and grow and grow. And now that she's starting her business, it's going to be extraordinary. And Sadie, I just want you to, you've been such a great interview, but I really want you to, what would you say now that 2023 is coming and starting, if just about a week or so, what would you say to the women out there to kind of give them some encouragement for this new year that's coming up?
Well, I want to tell them they're not alone. I understand where they've been, where they're heading, how they feel. I want you to not forget about yourself. I know there's a lot of things going on within the planet, within families, within yourself. Don't forget about you. I believe in you. I needed to hear that. I need you to understand that. I need you to go ahead and feel the energy of what I'm saying in however way that may be for you today. I believe in you. You can do it. Whatever you said to yourself, you're not capable, or your family, your husband, boyfriend, anybody whoever said whatever it is to you, that's their perspective. Mine's to you, from what I'm conveying right now, is that I know you can do it. You're powerful. You're able. You're capable. You're intelligent. And I know you're going to get there. I just know you will. And those are my wishes for every single woman, to find their voice, to find their power, love, self-love within them, so we can bring more unity to the entire collective. Because as women, we communicate. We are a tribe. And I know we can do this. I know you can do this. Don't forget about that.
Beautiful, Sadie. I love that. And we are a tribe of women. We're a community of women that are here to help and assist each other. And we, like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, you know what? It takes a village of really strong women to help those that are lost in their voice, that have lost their will or lost their way or just need that, let me pull you up, sister. This is what we are doing here in our community with this podcast, with women like Sadie, with Natalie that we've interviewed, with Lisa, with Erica, with Milena, with myself, and with Jenna. And I just want to thank Sadie so much. Again, I want to tell you that Sadie has started her Financial Dream Builders. You can reach Sadie on her IG page at Financial Dream Builders. Her IG page is Financial Dream Builders. Her email is Sadie Rossley at financialdreambuilders.com. And reach out to Sadie if you have any questions. Of course, we're going to keep everyone updated when she has her workshops, when those are going to be scheduled for 2023. We've got some big announcements coming up for next year with phone apps and with programs and everything. But again, Sadie, I want to thank you for being just the marvelous woman that you are. You're a great friend, and I love you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you for having me here. I learn from you every single day. And as I said here in this interview, I'm very blessed to be of service. I'm very blessed to be here having this podcast. At the end of the day, my intentions for every single woman that learns from what I have to teach is to be of service. You can find your power back. You can find your voice back. You can find your self-love back. You are worthy.
Yes, we are.
Even without my help, you are worthy. You are loved just as you are. You are perfect just as you are, regardless of your age,
right?
Regardless of your height or weight. You are. You're worthy and you are loved. I love you.
We love you, everybody. We wish everyone a happy holiday.
Happy holiday.
Happy holidays. Thank you again. And thanks for listening. Thanks, Sadie. Bye.
Bye.
If you're also a woman entrepreneur to support our cause and would like to be considered on this podcast, please reach out to us. We would love to connect. We see you. We want to connect, empower, and inspire others. So please call or text or even fax 949-793-8781. Or our Instagram is Worthy Wellness Inc., like INC. Hope to hear from you, and thank you for listening.